I want to talk to someone now who knows all about cancel culture and what can happen if you are seen to have said the wrong sort of thing. And that is a man who stands up for free speech bravely on a 24/7 basis. He's the director of Reason to UK, Darren Grimes. Good evening, Darren.
Evening, Kev.
What did you make of this? Did you hear what I was just saying?
I did, yeah. You've said everything I was going to say, Kev, so I'm off now.
All right, mate. Thanks.
If that's all right. See you later. No, I reckon it was really good today. I'm really, really, truly delighted for him, and I don't feel true delight towards Piers Morgan very often, I must say, mainly over lockdowns. But look, I think there was a fear, wasn't there? I think when Piers Morgan felt that he had to resign. I think you were absolutely right, Kev, to say that this was not him saying, oh, I'm unhappy at work. He was effectively fired from Good Morning Britain, which I don't know why anyone would watch anyway, right, over Julia's show. And we hear that apparently the ratings have fallen through the floor. Yeah. So desperate were they to get them back up that they even resorted to getting Alistair Campbell on, of all people, as a temporary co-host. Now, Kev, I think just maybe that this is a good sign, because there was sort of almost mock Salem witch trials of Twitter that I think said, right, we've got a high-profile scalp here from which we can claim, because he had dared say that Meghan Markle told a few porky pies in that Oprah interview, whilst the late and great Duke of Edinburgh, let's not forget, was on his deathbed. And I mean, actually, I think, Kev, he's been ahead of the curve here. Do you not?
Absolutely. I mean, as I said, there's the issue of mental health. What happened, just to retell the story, was that Meghan Markle was among the people. There are about 58,000 complaints to ITV about what Piers said, not believing a word she said. And one of the complainants, in fact, she wrote directly to the chief executive of ITV, Caroline McCall, was Meghan Markle, who said as one mother to another, this was mental health. You cannot challenge me on mental health. And ITV basically said, no. You cannot say that you don't believe someone if they say they've got mental health problems. Well, in a country where there is free speech, you have to be able to say that. It might not be very nice, but I have the right to say that. And that's what was enshrined and backed up today by Ofcom in a very encouraging day for free speech. So we mustn't have these sacred cows like mental health. Oh, well, you can say you don't believe other aspects of the speech, but not the mental health bit. This nonsense has to stop, doesn't it?
Exactly, because I mean, it's used as a cover, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if you remember, Kev, but there were attempts as well to call Piers Morgan a racist for Darren to say he doesn't believe Meghan Markle, to the extent where Sharon Osbourne, she fell victim to cancel culture as well, because she was actually effectively fired from her network show, The Talk, for Darren has criticised Meghan for saying basically that Meghan Markle, you don't believe her, that doesn't mean you're automatically a racist. And that's why I think that this ruling was so important, because it does prove that you have a right to criticise those that you disagree with, to scrutinise those that you disagree with. And these are fundamental pillars of any free society. I mean, even the chief executive of the Society of Editors, he dared to challenge the idea that to criticise Meghan Markle meant the British press were, that ill-fated line, systemically racist. And he resigned as well. So this has had a knock-on effect like you wouldn't believe. And I think it is so important, so important, everything that you've said already, that we in this country are able to express an opinion where you frankly disagree with someone, where frankly I think this is an age of intolerance, an age in which the police can investigate you for something you've said, decide that it doesn't warrant criminal sanction, but still whack you with one of these Orwellian non-crime hate incidents and have them on your record that come up, Kev, by the way, if they search for you in a DBS check, if they do a deep search on your name, that comes up on your criminal record. And I wonder if old Piersy has one of those against his name now.
Probably does. Now, what I think is important is that Ofcom, much to my surprise, I might add, have recognised the nuance. There is a difference between saying, I do not believe you, say you told me something, say you, Darren, and I'm sure you wouldn't have such problems, but if you said to me, I've got mental health issues, there's a difference between me saying to you, well, I don't believe you, and me saying to you, you're a liar. Do you see
Yes,
what I mean?
I do see what you mean.
What we're talking. The former is an opinion.
Yes.
The latter is an uninformed declaration. So Piers only ever offered an opinion, and this was a good day for the ability to express your opinions.
Absolutely, it absolutely was. Because, I mean, again, it goes back to the Salem witch trials, right? Because you must be free to have an opinion on whatever it might be. You must be free to say, Darren Grimes, you have an array of mental health issues. That would be stating a fact that I can say is demonstrably untrue. But that isn't what he said. So let's get the facts right here. Let's get the facts straight here. And let's actually stand up for free speech. Because I think Meghan Markle's original complaint was actually pretty disgusting in and of itself. You know, it basically said, you cannot say these things about me, and, you know, as a mother and all the rest of it. Oh, please pull the other one, right? There were so many inconsistencies throughout that interview that have been proven demonstrably untrue after the event itself. Do you remember the Archbishop of Canterbury claim, where she was married before the event itself, and then it turned out that the Archbishop of Canterbury
there was a litany of untruths in that interview, which earned her the nickname Princess Pinocchio. So there's one last question, really, Darren. I mean, I think I've got a lot of time for ITV. I have a lot of friends who work there. I like some of their shows. I've worked with ITV for many years over the years. So I don't have a cross to bear against them, but they've got questions to answer here. Why did they leap to the defence of Meghan Markle's vague claims? Why did they require Piers Morgan to apologise for an opinion? Why did he have to leave the company because he said what he thought? Surely a media company ought to allow its employees, its journalistic employees, to say what they think. They've got questions to answer, haven't they?
They have, and I think you're absolutely right, because this ultimately imposes a chilling effect on speech and debate. There will be people at ITV on shows, programmes, current affairs programmes, chat shows and all the rest of it that simply can't access the tools of free expression and speech like you can, Kev, because they live in fear now. They live in fear that they will say something, it will start trending on Twitter, and then like clockwork, they'll be pulled into the offices by the chief execs who'll say, you cannot say that, you're going to have to apologise. And when they don't feel comfortable apologising for that, then they lose their jobs. And I'm afraid that suggests to me that ITV is not a bastion of free speech, which in my eyes is fundamental to any free and democratic society, and that should be a key pillar of any big speech network or broadcasting network such as ITV. I think it's a real shame, actually. The sort of broadcasters of old wouldn't be able to scrutinise interviewees in the way in which they have perhaps in the past and say, well, actually, frankly, I don't believe you. You can't say that on ITV anymore.
You're so right, Darren. And the ultimate...
I often am, Kev.
As I'm always telling everyone, that Darren Grimes, he's never wrong. But the ultimate irony is, of course, in the melee of all this, they lost Piers Morgan, the reason that anybody tuned into Good Morning Britain, and now nobody watches that programme. So they lose on two fronts. They cannot claim to be a bastion of free speech, and they cannot claim to have any viewers for Good Morning Britain. Double losers. But you never a loser, Darren. It's always a pleasure to speak. Thank you very much. Darren Grimes, Director of Reasons UK. And